everyone, and welcome back to another episode. We're clearly in a very different setting. We're back with another PodVlog, and I mean, you can probably tell by what we're wearing what's happening, but before we get to that, the National Today, we won't forget it. April 2nd, it is Autism Acceptance and Autism Awareness Day.
And everyone, let's all be aware of Keisha.
No.
Happy day of you.
Guys, I don't actually have autism.
No, she doesn't. She might.
Okay. It's Children's Picture Book Day. What was your favourite picture book growing up?
I had this one. It was called Each Peach Pear Plum. I don't think anyone else knew it, but I had that memorized when I was about 4 years old.
I liked Spot. You know the dog?
Yeah.
Where you had to open and find Spot.
And Harry McClary. That was good too.
Yeah. National Walking Day.
We did a lot of walking this weekend.
We did a lot of walking. It is Nature Day.
We also spent a lot of time in nature.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the main things, I guess.
So should we move on to what the actual podcast is
the
about?
actual exciting things. So guys, you can probably tell by what we're wearing. Ferrari merch here.
We went to the F1.
The Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne, which is where we are right now. We're still in Melbourne.
Yeah, we're in the Airbnb.
But yeah, we got a 4-day park pass because, we're not rich enough to have an actual paddock pass or, grandstand thing. We just got no, it's still good. We still got park pass to go there. We've never been to a Grand Prix. We've never seen anything like it. So it was good. But yeah, basically, if you don't know, the Formula One is like a car racing event. It's some of the fastest drivers, the fastest drivers in the entire world, driving the fastest vehicles in the entire world. They go around a little circuit a couple of times, and they do that multiple times in different places around the world.
Exactly. And little peasants like us come along
to watch it. Yeah, for 4 days. Yeah. I mean, day one of the 4 days was Thursday. That's usually the media day.
Yeah.
And then Friday, I'll just give an overview. Friday, you get a couple of practice sessions. Sometimes they have a sprint race. They might do a qualifying for that. Saturday, they usually do one of the practice one. Then they do their qualifying race. And then Sunday is the main event, the big race. So we were there. We had that access to all 4 days into the track and all the events that are there.
We're going to take you guys along with all our little adventures and stories that we have. Because there are a few.
A few of our experience.
So, do you want to take it off?
Yeah.
First day,
Thursday. Oh, Thursday, we didn't actually go into the event on Thursday. We took it as a day to sort of arrive here and
get our bearings in Melbourne.
We'll be landing soon, so the seatbelt sign is now on. But yeah, my brother was
because we're not from Melbourne.
No. But
thank goodness.
Yeah.
As you'll
More
find
on
out.
that coming. But yeah, we sort of arrived in our Airbnb, which was nice.
FBI, open up.
Welcome to my humble abode. Oh, crib, sorry. It can be both.
It can be whatever it wants to be.
Thank you for joining us here. This is the entryway to our home for the next couple of days. First up to your left here, you have the bathroom.
Hey.
Then you have the toilet, which you don't need to see that much of. Okay. Then you have a secret door, which is locked and we don't know what it leads to. Some nice culturally diverse pieces of art here, if you want to have a look at that. And then we have the living room, the main area, the main attraction. We've got some nice natural pieces of decoration again. She really isn't updated from Christmas, I can see now that I'm actually looking at it. She isn't really updated from Christmas.
She just is festive and we love that.
This is a lovely living room, the dining room, where we'll be dining. This is the kitchen, where we'll be making our food. Big up the SpongeBob sponge. The fridge and the pantry, lots of things. Oh yeah, she really hasn't moved past Christmas. She's stuck in 2024, that's all right. Quoted the month of December 2024. There are some people in life that make you laugh a little louder, smile a little bigger, and live a little better. I don't have anyone in that life.
It'd be nice if I knew anyone like that.
And finally, this is our bedroom, which we'll be sharing.
As we always do.
This is for size reference.
Oh dear, where am I going to fit?
And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's our crib. If you'd like to meet us, the address is
Okay. Yeah, the address is. Give us a welcome dance.
Well, we were dancing to our neighbour's music. Just the two of us, so it's like a nice
Yeah,
little
it's quite a quiet
place for
Airbnb. Sharing a bed as normal.
as always.
Oh my gosh, our neighbour. I can see our neighbour.
Stop. You actually scared me there. Okay, guys. The timing of this is impeccable because this was literally the next thing that we were going to talk about. But like we can see right now our neighbour who's like the next door from us because we're in like a little complex.
But when we arrived at the Airbnb, right, there was someone must have heard we were coming, started playing some welcome music. Our neighbour was blasting these like Indian songs.
Indian songs, like this traditional music, and we're like, oh my god, and we were listening. And we just see,
She's just like through our window, we can see her
outside on her balcony. That is crazy. We've seen our neighbour.
It's not the face I expected.
I'm glad that you guys were here
Witnessed
with
us,
us on our journey. But yeah, we were really enjoying their music. But yeah,
Yeah, so that was day 1. Day 2 was the Friday, which is where we took it to kind of, get our bearings around the course, around the Melbourne city, check out all the F1 things that were going on. And I won't lie, it was a little underwhelming.
yeah, like so Carmen, you have experience with Melbourne, but
Yeah,
I've
I've
never
been
been
here.
to Melbourne. I expected it like from what people say, and I guess like from I don't know what I've seen on the internet, it's like a more glorified, bigger Sydney.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no,
It's not.
I like our city way better.
Yeah.
I like everything
Yeah.
else way better. We were walking around the city.
The city vibe. There's good drivers at Williams. It was just like a bit
The whole morning.
dead, kind
Yeah,
of.
it was so quiet.
It was really quiet, which is pros and cons. I like the
Yeah,
quietness.
like it's still a working day, but even on a working day back at home, you'd still get quite a lot of people
Yeah.
out and about. But there was like barely anyone. Lots of fans obviously there. They were walking around.
It was
in their
good. It was so
merch, you
exciting
could see
whenever
it.
we spotted another
Yeah,
like,
like
F1
a fan, like,
person.
oh, they're there for that too. Yeah, the area we were in was mainly like shops and like, not really restaurants, just like shops and stuff, the
Yeah.
main city area. And we went there to look at some of the merch stores that they said, because we saw online and stuff,
Yeah.
all these like cool F1 merch stores that they were going to have. What a shot right. And basically, what we saw online, or like what I saw online,
It looked
was
so
like
cool.
the entire city of Melbourne was just like re-renovated for the F1. Like there was, don't get me wrong, there was stuff there,
They definitely tried,
but not as much as I thought there was gonna be.
no, it was cool. Like there are different things. Like there was the pit stop obviously with all the merch. There was Culture Kings with all the merch, and there was a Williams fan zone where there was a car and all this kind of stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, like there was definitely stuff. I just thought it was bigger. And
Bigger.
more. Like the pit stop actual shop looked bigger online, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was like pretty small.
Like I think the main kind of vibe of, or like the effort they went to was just having like Oscar Piastri and some buses as they drove past. And
Yeah. I mean, that Williams thing was cool because, like, they had the car. And at one point they said that they'd have the McLaren car in the Culture Kings, but there wasn't.
yeah,
They just had
they did
like,
have like a racing
simulators.
simulator in the Culture Kings,
Yeah.
which was that was cool. And like this whole they had a whole display of like helmets and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. The stuff that we saw around. Yeah, yeah. Even in the pit stop one, there were like the
Yeah.
sign. There was a signed Charles helmet that I was looking at, and I was like, wow.
She wanted to buy it, but it was
$3,000. So maybe not.
and yeah, we went to check out the David Ricciardo. Who's that?
Oh, it's David Ricciardo.
The Daniel
Yeah.
Ricciardo Enchante pop-up.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
It was just like an Aussie store. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't
was like-
really F1-y.
No, but it was cool to see everyone there
Yeah.
and feel the vibes, at least from us.
Yeah, it was nice. Like seeing all the fans there was like the good bit. Anyway, and then like that was pretty much like the morning
Then we decided that we'd go to the track.
to the track. Yeah.
So hopped on the tram, which was an experience. We discovered that you have to hail them in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah, they're like. Should we talk about this now? At
Yeah,
least?
yeah.
The trams are like on the street, literally in the same lanes as cars.
Yeah. And so it's not like a bus that comes in, picks you up and then drives you off. It's like this little bus kind of metal box in the middle of the street.
That's like 2 carriages long as
You
well.
gotta wave it down from the tram stop, and then all the cars are like legally required to stop. So you can run across the middle of the road and then hop on the tram and it'll take you off. But if there's like a drunk driver or someone who's, you know, really not in the mindset,
they
or not
just
paying
miss it.
attention, they'll run you over. Like, you have to literally just walk into the road, and because you're so focused on getting into the tram and making sure
It's the
picks
right
you
tram.
up, you're not thinking about the cars. It's terrifying.
Oh, anyway, we took the tram.
We took the tram.
I think one of the first times we were taking the tram as well. So we figured it out and we're like, okay.
No, we hopped on the wrong tram, didn't we? We were going the other way, and then we.
Oh yeah. We hopped on a tram because like we also didn't know which side to go on, and then we were like, oh, it's the other side, and so we got off on one stop, walked back down, and went the other way. So annoying.
But we learned from that not to do that. We didn't do that again.
No, we did not. Good. Anyway, and then we arrived sort of outside the track. We had to like walk to the gate.
Oh my goodness.
The first time that we heard the car, like when we got out and we were walking, we heard the cars going around because the first practice had already started then. And it was like, whoa.
You were getting a bit emotional.
There was like a moment where I was like, whoa, like that's actually them. Like they're driving around right now. Like that's so crazy.
Guys, I can hear the cars from here. Wait,
You can't hear
I
them.
think they're on the other side of the track now. But when they were on this side, I heard them meow. Oh my god, it was insane. Oh my god, like you could hear it going past. Stop. And you could already like hear it from here. Imagine being right now. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like it was like, oh my god, like I can hear the cars like directly sound into my ears, not through a screen, through my AirPods, directly into these ears. I was like, whoa. Just when we were walking to find our gate.
And then just you wait till we got to the actual thing.
Yeah.
Waterfall. Keisha was just in tears.
I was not
She
in
was
tears.
just like so emotional. She got down on the floor on her knees and was just like, yes, this is just all my dreams.
It sounds like it's coming from all around me. Like surround sound. Holy crap. Holy crap. I'm tearing up. I didn't know to show me. It's just my glassy eyes. You can
Oh
see
my
the
god.
tears.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Don't show me any of the toilet first. That's priority number one.
She's tearing out of her eyes and other orifices.
Oh my god.
Oh, great title. Keisha gets emotional at the F1.
Stop. Stop. I cannot wait to see them. Oh my god.
No, but we got in and it was lovely to look at. There were like there's so much stuff on the actual track. It was really good.
Yeah.
Not on the actual track, but like the whole event.
Walking around chasing after the cars.
The whole Albert Park area was nice. There were so
was.
many things set up.
There's lots of like other F1 cars on display from previous years. Supercars. They had like racing simulators.
They had a bunch of like old and like vintage cars as well, lined up along the grass.
I've seen them so many times. I'm taking photos.
like reaction time testers. and
Yeah, lots
all
of
that
things
kind
for
of
like
stuff.
young children as well, like little things that you can play around. Lots of merch stores as well.
Oh yeah.
What else did they have? Oh, they had like, you know, food and stuff, but we didn't want to buy because they were
We
probably
didn't want to drop
expensive.
20
They had like
bucks.
free little like gift shops, like there was La Roche-Posay. We never got a
Yeah.
sunscreen.
Mecca, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then we spent our time trying to find the track. We wanted
Yeah.
to see the drivers and find where the best viewing point was.
Yeah.
Um,
And we found like this little spot. Oh, because we heard them. We were too excited to go see anything.
went
We're like,
straight to
let's
the
just see the
cars.
cars. So we ran along and we went to this point literally right next to the track. And it was just the first time when we saw them zoom past. They're not going at full speed because it's just like their practice one.
but it's
we
still-
saw them going zoom past and we were like recording. We're like, oh my
It was
god!
so cool.
The first time seeing them, and it was like, that is Charles Leclerc. That is Max Verstappen. They're literally in the car right now, and they're zooming past me.
it puts into perspective how fast they actually go and
Yeah.
like how much they risk their lives.
Like when you're standing there and they're like, meow. Like, Oh, it's crazy.
The rush. Oh, it was such a rush.
Yeah, and I mean there were other like things as well. There's like Formula 3 and Formula 2, which is sort of like younger developing ones of that. And like basically throughout the whole event, you could see like the speed difference between them.
Yeah, you can
like,
hear
Formula
the speed
3,
difference
like,
as well.
And then Formula 2 is a bit faster, and then Formula 1 they're like faster. It was funny. But yeah, we got our first view of F1 ever in real life.
So we watched that, scouted out the area, went home.
Yeah, we spent the rest of the day exploring around all those like other things that were there. We saw Lightning McQueen.
Oh,
Don't forget that.
ka-chow.
We saw Lightning McQueen.
There was a big lightning strike on the track. There was a huge, deadly lightning to hit the Albert Park area.
Oh.
AKA Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. Oh yeah, and then the supercars went on the track and we watched them do their little thing. Oh yeah, they were like supercars went and did their races as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and that was
cool.
Friday. Just mostly exploring around and seeing what was there because the other days we couldn't
just
afford to.
feeling out the area.
Yeah.
And then we take us to Saturday. So Saturday, this is where the fun started, we'll say, and also the woes started. So Saturday brought more of an introduction of our number one op, Melbourne Transport.
The single worst thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
If we had to make a list of the ops of this pod, the pod ops, the
Number one.
number one, Melbourne
Number
Transport.
one.
Number two, maybe Turkish Delight for Keisha.
Yeah, Turkish Delight for me.
We did mention it a little bit yesterday how the trams were kind of crazy, and then it just gets worse.
Oh.
And I'd say from Saturday and Sunday, we made no mistakes on the transport. Everything that happened was a result of the poor organisation and all that.
And like obviously we're new, we don't understand how it works.
Yeah, it's
So
like-
we have to look at apps, we have to see what they say.
But let's say in Sydney they have this thing called Transport New South Wales.
And TripView.
And TripView. Amazing. Basically,
Updates.
live update. So it tells you what's happening. It gives you the schedules, like everything, if the train's running behind, if there's any crashes, anything like that.
Even if the staircase isn't working at a platform, they'll tell you.
But not in Melbourne. In Melbourne, it's literally like you've got to hope that Google's been updated by the Good Samaritans who write in a little, I don't know how they get it to work, like a little crash on this side, blah, 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 blah. Otherwise, you're literally on your own. You've got to go. You've got to hope there's someone there who's going to teach you about what you're doing because we were lost.
I don't know how the locals manage.
But basically, so we, made a plan. We'd learned the trams on Friday. We thought, okay, Saturday we're going to get this tram from this stop. We don't have to hail it because it's a proper tram stop, and then it's going to take us basically straight to our gate. We'll get there. Wrong. There was some idiot in a Red Bull top who thought he was Max Verstappen and decided to swerve and crash into the tram stop.
Oh my God. Like he was probably going to the event, delayed probably. No chance of you getting a nice spot if that's what you were aiming for.
No, and then, so then we had to walk.
No, wait, we need to highlight how dumb he was as well. Literally, okay, there's the left side of the road to drive on, the right side, and there's a whole like section separated by a strip of trees on either side, and then the tram lines. That's the one bit where the tram lines are separate.
Yeah.
And he goes like from that, and then literally like over the grass bit onto the tram line.
There was no turn, there was no nothing. How did he get there?
How do you just, and at that point, like, brake? Like, he was just, I was too stunned. I was like, how is this even possible?
Too stunned to speak.
Literally.
So then, after we figured that out, we walked to the next tram stop, which was like 500 meters to a kilometer. Got on the tram, and then I think
because the lady told us to.
Yeah, because the lady who was working on fixing the crash and everything. And when we were at that tram stop, the tram never came because it was stuck back at to the tram station where the car was.
It was so dumb. She's like, "Oh, go like not the next one after, and it'll go there." And at first I was like, "How?" And she's like, "Okay."
Like basically where the car crashed, the tram was there, so the car was in front of the tram line. So I just assumed another one would come, but no, we had to wait for them to move the car, so then that tram could come and pick us up.
Yeah, and there were other people. Remember?
Yeah, going to the F1. They were going to the Uber.
F1. They were like on the other side of the street. They were as well like looking at us. They're like, "Oh wait, it's not coming. There's a crash." And we're like, "We know, but the lady said to come here."
Yeah.
They got an Uber, but
didn't think to invite us.
Yeah,
rude. And
just in time, we were gonna walk to a different place.
But then the tram came,
and we saw the tram came.
So
that was the first of.
That was the first of our woes.
Issues, but not the last.
not the last. Just you wait.
I'm gambling.
Don't gamble, kids, but
on the fact that, it does look familiar.
We are going to a different tram stop than we got off at.
I'm concentrating.
And we might be dying. Keisha's the one who's in charge of our navigation.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm not very good at this.
So we'll let you know if we make it. Anyway, so then Saturday we got to the Albert Park area and we decided to go see Ferrari live on stage.
They had the fan forum things where the two drivers come on.
George Russell flag. This is good, guys. This is.
Melbourne from Ferrari, please welcome Charles Leclerc and seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton.
And how was that for you, Keisha?
That was amazing. I saw them,
Cried again.
He looks quite good in red.
He does indeed. He does indeed. He looks like.
No, I did not cry. Okay, there were tears in my eyes, but I didn't cry. There's a difference. There, I saw like Charles Leclerc on stage, like seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, on like with my like direct light going into my eyes, like right there.
Happy Ferrari fans here. How does it feel? How's the start of this year been?
So good to see you all. How are you all doing?
We were like at the back or whatever because we didn't want to be in the main thing. We had like a fence in front of us, but I saw them with my eyes.
We got about 2 pixels worth of pictures of them.
No, I got one good photo. I got one good photo.
in the vlog.
Look, check on the screen right now
Look on the screen. We'll give you 5 seconds
to appreciate
to appreciate the beauty. And we're back. Okay.
Appreciated.
So then we saw them. That was quite fun. They did this little like guess what the blurred track was, entertaining, whatever.
We stayed for Red Bull.
Yeah,
we
they
saw Max Verstappen in real life.
We did.
He's scarier.
Our reigning world champion Max Verstappen.
Basically zoomed across the stage. We couldn't really see him because he was going so fast, but he was there. And then we went to find our seat for
Qualifying. Yes.
And this day was the start of our second op, Melbourne weather.
Oh, yes. Melbourne weather.
Tell me, in which country is it 40 degrees on one day and then monsooning the next?
Like, you did tell me that Melbourne weather, like I have heard Melbourne
prepared
weather
her.
is like, you know, a bit shaky, but my God,
was
I did not
crazy.
expect that.
Like, it was, we'd prepared, we had like ice blocks, we'd had frozen water, all this kind of stuff so that we could sit and not be too hot on the day. We thought we had little fans and we
Yeah.
set ourselves up.
Yeah.
We were boiling. It was like,
Sweating and
oh
boiling.
my gosh.
And we were waiting for hours in the thing because you have to get a spot
Yeah.
and wait. Like with the park pass, you don't have the luxury. You're peasants.
Yeah.
Find a spot.
You fight
wait
tooth
there
and
the
nail.
whole day and you get that view.
Yep. And so we found a decent view. We were sitting there, you know, dying, but we managed to watch the qualifying.
Yeah. Qualifying has begun. They're in Q1. So they're kind of going slow, so it doesn't count. It's just Q1.
But where is he? Leclerc? No. Leclerc P1. Stressful. She's very stressed. I'm chilling. I don't really care that much.
Then give me that hat, you don't deserve it.
I do care, but it's not the end of the world. It's only the first race.
Yes!
What happened?
You don't know it. Leclerc's
I can't see. I'm blind. Charles P1.
Q3, the final qualifying. Lando Norris.
Lewis? Question mark?
Oh no, that's Lewis. So the other one was Charles.
Bestie. Bestie? Max? Could be any. Williams.
Oh, Norris go in front. Go on, Charles. Come on.
Yes?
Come on. So it's Norris, Piastri currently. Is that Max?
Told you they were looking good. Is that it? You're joking.
And what did you think of the qualifying?
Oh, well, for all the Ferrari fans out there, we qualified 7th and 8th.
7. I don't know why you're laughing. You're supposed to be cheering for our
Because
team.
it's just the first race.
It's our race that we're watching.
But, like, I don't know. There are better cars than the Ferrari car at the moment. I didn't really expect
Yuki
much.
Tsunoda got ahead. Carlos Sainz, now the whole media is going to be like, oh, Carlos got ahead of both Ferraris. Or shut the hell up and just wait for the race.
Go
Like,
Carlos.
I hope. Leclerc goes right around him in the first one, overtakes, hits his wheel and goes around him. Swear to God. Why is he being so... Why? Like, how did freaking V-Carb get ahead of you? No, he'll... Okay. First couple of laps, he's going to overtake both Carlos and Yuki. Like, he has to. This is so...
Not great
Not good
because
at all.
we did so well on Friday. By we, I do mean Charles mainly. We did so well on Friday. It was all smiles and everything, and it was looking good. The car's been improved. They said it was like, made for this, like, and they were like, as the comments say, aura farming, because it's like, 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton just came to Ferrari to join, like, face of the franchise, Charles Leclerc, and there's this massive, like, pairing, and it was looking good. And then they qualified 7th and 8th behind a Williams and a V-Carb. Like, are you being for real right now? What happened? I was so... I had no words.
And then, after that, when we thought things couldn't get any worse.
When I was already upset, and this was honestly, this was like the worst.
This was the low point.
The low point of our trip.
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
Not the low point. Not the low point.
Getting there.
This is the start of the
steep
descent.
decline. Steep decline.
So this is this is an event, a tragic event we like to call Saturday Night Fever, but the fever's Ebola.
Whoosh.
We wrote it down as we were experiencing it.
Yeah,
we
so
thought it would be.
because we needed to. This was how we like manage our emotions. We were writing it down.
We thought if it's going to be bad, we must at least make it content.
Yeah.
So firstly, Ferrari P7
Already
and
on a
8,
bad note.
starting on a bad note.
Already mad.
So we went to the busy gate 8 and waited 20 minutes to get out because they decided to funnel everyone through this tiny little overpass, and everyone decided gate 8 was the best gate.
I know.
That was our first mistake. If we went to gate 9, I don't even want to think
That
about
was
what
on us.
happened.
That was on us. Yeah. The guy did keep saying 450 meters to the right, gate 9. We didn't listen.
We didn't
because
listen.
it was like closer to the station that we came on, so we thought we could go to that one.
Yeah, stupid us thinking, oh, we'll just come the exact way, we'll just leave the exact way we came.
Yeah.
Like, why would we ever think that that would be a smart way to go? Who knows? Anyways, so when we got to the station after, the whole track of going past gate 8, we got an almost empty tram that probably would have got us to our destination in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, because firstly, we were also trying to figure out which tram to take.
Yeah, because there's
Because the one in the morning obviously didn't work, so we didn't know which line to take. And then we're like, we could take that line. I still don't know which line takes us to our place, honestly.
But what they've done in Melbourne for some reason is they've modified the trams so that they stop at less stops and run less frequently during the busiest time.
They were like, we'll modify the changes for the Grand Prix in a way that did not benefit us. I don't know if it benefited the people going the other way, because that's where
Maybe.
majority of the people went. They were on the other side.
But no, it basically didn't stop at our stop. So we had to get anyways, we'll explain it. So we got onto the tram 6 in hopes that it'd take us right to where we needed to go. This was our first mistake, or as we like to call it, the first symptom. Symptom number 1.
Yeah.
The tram we wanted didn't come to the stop. We waited and waited at this stop. No tram coming.
It literally said the lines would come. Like, we had 2 options as well
Yeah.
to take that would go to the stop we wanted.
And none of them came.
None of them came.
Symptom number 2. We got on the tram that stopped halfway to where we wanted to go, but that's the one we caught in the morning. So we thought, we'll just take us the
we'll
exact
take it
same
back.
line.
Because usually, when it comes this way, it goes that way.
But no, they've decided that for some reason it's modified to not stop at the stops people need to go to. It just goes
Halfway at some random intersection.
didn't even make sense. It wasn't even at a central point where you can get other trams. It was just
Literally.
dropped us off where it felt like it and went back the other way. So symptom number 3. Once we got off the tram, they said, there's a replacement bus you can get which takes you down the rest of the tram line. But
I don't know why there was actually nothing blocking the tram line.
There was no reason it didn't have to go. But this bus filled up really quickly, or wasn't even full. It just decided to leave before everyone on the tram could get on it. It didn't wait for us on the tram. And then we were trying to check, when are the next buses? What's the bus schedule? We tried to scan the QR code that told us when the bus schedule was. No schedule, nothing. We just ended up having to try and take a gamble on when it would come. When it would come. I'm so mad I can't even speak right now,
honestly.
thinking back to it. And there was no luck. Like, it said there would be 10, 20 minutes. Like, they were all the way on the other side of Melbourne.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, let's try and find another tram that can take us home. And then we started running around half of Melbourne trying to figure out.
Find a tram line that goes to a stop nearby.
So that was symptom number 4, is we went to Chapel Street, which is where we got the tram from the day before, and thought, we know what to do.
Yeah, we'll take that one.
Tram didn't come. Now looking back
we had to walk all the way up the street. Don't forget. We walked all the way up the street to the stop.
We had 8 minutes to do a 12-minute walk or something. So we were sprinting up the street to try and get this tram. Looking back, that's a modified tram, so it wasn't going to stop there anyway.
No, but we got it from that stop the other day, did we not?
Yeah, but they must have changed it for the Grand Prix or something.
That we were in the days within the Grand Prix. Every day we were there catching the train. It said Thursday to Sunday, modified changes.
So why didn't it come?
I don't know why.
Anyways.
It was there on Friday. It wasn't there on Saturday.
So this stupid tram decided not to come. So then, symptom 5, we walked back down the street, that walk that we did, to try and get 2 trains, because that was the only thing we thought, it might be reliable. And that, for literally a 4-minute drive journey, took us 30 minutes to get home.
You had to get to one station, change off to a different platform, get another one.
Symptom 6 was just sweat, because mind you, this was the 42-degree day, so we were running around half of Melbourne, sweating.
It's so hot.
From every orifice.
How dirty my face is. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. We've had a nightmare.
Melbourne transport. If you were a person, I'd murder you, okay?
Multiple times with every instrument in the world.
Torture. It'd be slow and painful death.
If you were to...
dirty my nails up.
it's just, you can't navigate it unless you have insider knowledge. We've been running around Chapel Street trying to figure out, tram was cancelled, bus was cancelled, trams were there but they weren't running to where we wanted to go.
Why my clavicle so pronounced?
No one. You need to eat more. I'm joking.
So you think I'm skinny?
Anyways, hopefully this train plan works and we'll get home an hour and 45 minutes after the Grand Prix.
I swear to God. I need a shower.
This is a lesson in life that you've got to adapt to your surroundings and never trust the Melbourne transport.
I was we'll be home by 6, it's fine. I don't need to go to the bathroom.
We're glistening. I can see my reflection in your face.
I can make a pool. Look at me right now. Look at me right now. Oh my days.
Okay, kind of glowing. I don't think I'm as bad.
Where's my watch sweat? My
You can
watch
see
sweat
there.
will really show it. Oh, look at that. Lovely.
Take a dip.
Look at how disgusting that is.
Anyways.
Ew.
I pray this train comes.
Keisha was going through it. But once we got on the trains, it was okay. They managed to get us to where we needed to go. But yeah, we missed Sydney trains.
Yeah. I'm actually, I'm so great. Normally we complain about Sydney transport having, problems. There's a strike. There's an issue. Coming here, I'm so grateful. Honestly, if I hear someone complain about Sydney trains, I'm just going to introduce them to our Saturday Night Fever. I'll direct them to this podcast episode.
Exactly. Watch Saturday Night Fever, Ebola edition.
Yeah.
Because at least in Sydney, if things happen, and you can plan for it. In Melbourne, you can't. They don't tell you.
Yeah, imagine if there was a strike here.
No.
Sunday. Race day. The most should have been exciting day. Because, that's the main event.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. We're there to watch the cars race around to find out who the winner of the Australian Grand Prix is. And I mean, that was obviously exciting. But
if you had to summarize Sunday in one word, what would it be?
Wet.
Oh. I was going to say rain.
Oh, close enough. Wet.
Wet.
It was just, oh my God. We saw the weather forecast we were checking the weather like weeks before as well, because it
Yeah.
obviously changes. It was just like we found out that there'd be rain on Sunday. We're like, oh, okay, there's going to be some rain. It said like
15 mil?
50 millimeter, yeah, like not that much. And we were looking at the weather, and the weather said like heavy between 7 and 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then like 50% chance, but I don't know how those percentages work really. But yeah, so we were prepared for the rain. We brought ponchos. I brought a rain jacket. Carmen had an umbrella. Like we were ready.
Yeah,
we were ready for it. Underestimated the power of Melbourne clouds.
Literally, oh my goodness. I've never experienced weather like this.
Yeah, so it's race day. We woke up nice and early because, we have to secure our spot because, that's the day where most people are coming.
Yeah.
There are going to be so many people. We found our mound that we were going to stay and watch it. We found a good spot. We have to get there, secure our spot for the whole day. The race is at 3:00 p.m.
And we got there at what, 7:30?
Maybe 7:45.
7:45.
We left a little bit later. We stepped outside. It was already raining in the morning.
But it was like a drizzle,
not too bad.
unpleasant, but it was fine.
Yeah, we had our ponchos on to keep our stuff dry.
Cut to Keisha looking like a turtle in her poncho.
It was not a flattering
She
look
looked so funny.
at all.
Because she had her backpack on underneath the poncho, so it looked like, I don't know, she had some sort of like big turtle shell.
Just like a marshmallow of poncho. Anyway, we were trying to keep ourselves as dry as possible, our bags as dry. We had to catch the tram.
We had to catch.
That was not bad, our experience for the tram in the morning.
No, we managed to get it.
We survived that one.
Yeah, we did.
And there were obviously other people as well on the tram going to the event. But obviously it was wet, and that was just the start.
And then when we got to the gate, there was already a line of people, not even in the park, but over near the
that
road.
overpass we were talking about before? Yeah, along that, and and so we were waiting for what, 45 minutes to an hour?
45 to an hour in the rain.
In the rain.
And then we finally got in.
Right now.
We made it in. Made it.
Who's racing right now?
Me.
Waiting. No, it's Mommy's racing.
And it wasn't too bad when we were in. I thought it would be really muddy and gross. It was okay.
Yeah.
So we quickly ran down to sit our butts down, claim our spot on a nice little viewing mound.
Yeah.
We made
What's
it, we're
up,
here.
everyone?
We're
I'm
at the
hoping you
F1.
can actually hear me.
I'll hold it like that.
We're here, the last day, race day.
We're here.
This is the day. This is the event, the last event.
Well, as in not right now.
But today it is.
yeah.
We got here at like 7:50.
Time check. It is 9 o'clock now. We're in our spot. The race is at 3, so another 6 hours. We're just going to be sitting here. Lunch break at 12.
We'll show you our view right now. What else? We're enjoying ourselves, kind of. We've got like a decent view.
We've got a decent view.
We bucketed down on us this morning, as you would have seen.
The hats are wet.
It's fine. It's actually drying.
Yeah.
Like I've gone for the Crocs. Keisha's
gone with
gone
shoes.
for the shoes.
Like they're wet, but not in an uncomfortable way.
And then she's gone shorts. I've gone tights. So we'll see whose system works better.
I like the shorts. I like
the Crocs. I think if we combined our systems.
I don't like it when I feel stuff on my feet though.
True, but I don't like having wet feet. I feel like that's the
I don't like seeing, but at least it's wet and like there's nothing there. When I can feel granules, no, it's endgame. Endgame. As in like, I'd rather chop off my feet. Anyways, peep my merch. This is the 2023 team shirt because all the Charles ones were sold out.
Peep my Italia cotton on merch because I couldn't be bothered to spend.
And the 2023 hat.
And
that's the 2024 hat. Both Charles.
And
Formula 3, I don't think this is the race.
They're doing something.
They're doing something, either qualifying or maybe it's their race. We had to put, it was raining still at that point.
It was still raining. No, we had a quick break when we were able to put our mat down.
Yeah.
Waterproof everything, wrap all the bags up in our spare ponchos.
We had spare ponchos, wrapped the bags up, put it underneath so it wouldn't pull up as we found out it would. We had ourselves protected as well.
We had like this little system where we had the dodgiest umbrella ever because in our understanding, everywhere said you're not allowed to bring umbrellas into Albert Park. So we're like, okay, well, we can't bring an umbrella. Luckily,
there were umbrellas.
There were heaps of umbrellas. huge Aston Martin designed umbrellas that were probably better than a roof and a house to protect you from the rain. We had this measly little $2 one that I got from Miniso that I just chucked in my bag last minute.
Oh dear.
This umbrella, oh my goodness. But our main setup was like we had our ponchos on, hoods on, covering our feet and everything, and the umbrella holding between us.
Because, and I say this, the rain was torrential rain. Rainforest rain. As in, there were some bits where it started to softly drizzle.
Yeah.
There was a moment or two where it stopped.
Mm-hmm. And
otherwise, pouring.
Oh my wise eyes are looking out.
It's raining and we're cold and miserable.
I'm actually not cold. It's just wet.
It's wet and miserable and we can't see anything. But we are sitting down, so that's fine.
My back hurts from being in the same position.
My back hurts, I'm hungry, I'm wet, it's raining. But otherwise, it's okay. We'll let this be a lesson. In life,
Cannot see the TV.
gives you lemons. Hope it's not raining.
Like, we knew it would rain. We did not realize it would rain that much.
Literally, and it wasn't like just rain, it was rain and wind. So it was coming from every angle. There's no way you could avoid it. Like, there was this one sheltered tent, but that did nothing by the end. Every single person there was
because the wind
wet.
just blows it like into the thing. Everyone had their umbrellas up. They were like, some people just accepted getting wet. They were in their t-shirts. They were just standing there like, you know what?
Poor
like, we're
guys.
just going to get wet. Like, but it was, yeah, we had the ponchos. It was cold because it was wet and windy. Like, we were trying to cover ourselves, trying to warm up. I had layers on. The umbrella was barely doing anything.
It outverted on us. You know how normally umbrellas invert?
Like
This
some other
one-
people's ones were inverted. It went that way. I don't know how this umbrella works. There we go. Sort of. My Carmen wore Crocs. Her feet were wet. My shoes were soaking wet. Like everything was just like wet. The only things that were dry were our bags because we had them
we
underneath.
wrapped them up. And we had to sit and endure this for what?
For
7 hours?
Yeah, for
7
because,
or
like,
8
you have to
hours,
secure
yeah.
your spot, and you basically stay there the whole. There were other events going on during the day, the F2, the F3, supercars, but obviously it was raining, so they got
Half
red
of them were
flag,
cancelled, yeah.
like, which means they get cancelled because they can't drive in those conditions. So there wasn't even anything to watch for like the hour that it was supposed to be on for.
It's dire times. We're wet and cold and probably sick.
I want to put my puffer on, but I don't know how.
Ooh, you'd have to take your poncho off.
Yeah, but I want to put it underneath my raincoat. So I'd have to put it under.
This is a choice. We don't have to be here.
And it's your choice.
I choose not. I choose to go home.
Then go home.
But I
I'll
won't.
stay here.
Out
I'll
of loyalty for my friend,
I'll
I
watch
won't
the race.
abandon you. Anyways.
Ballooning again.
Oh my god. Just a couple of trash bags. You know that trend where you like. Just a couple of my stuff. Our stuff. Me.
That bitch is coming down.
This is gonna be the coolest footage ever.
So we were just trying to entertain ourselves. We were playing little games.
Yeah, little
with each
word
other.
games, like guess the animal, say the same word at the same time,
Oh my
all those
god!
things.
People around us were good. They were trying to lift morale. They were. I don't know if they were meant to do it for everyone, but they were just loud, so we
Yeah.
all heard.
The car looks great. Look at the screen, guys. The car looks awesome.
There's a giant black strip on our screen in the middle, and they were showing a picture of the car. And the strip was like right where the car was.
The people behind us are good vibes. They're
Yeah,
like,
they're upping morale.
I have no morale.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's such a party pooper.
So that was fun.
They got me through, those people.
Yeah.
Whoever they are, I don't know where they are. Or
There
where
were
they're
some
at
moments,
now.
like we were just like sitting there, just like
Literally, like
accepting fate. It was like such an experience.
it was such. We've been on our gold Duke event. We've been on like bronze, silver, gold Duke event.
We know what it's like surviving in the wet outdoors.
We've done it all, and this was worse.
This was worse.
It was so so horrible. And I don't want to sound like,
We're
complaining and privileged or whatever.
But it actually, like,
it was bad.
Cold.
It was so
and
bad.
I know, we put ourselves through this, we got it, but we didn't know when we booked the tickets it was going to rain like this. We didn't know a week before that the rain they forecasted was like that sort of rain.
I was trying to campaign on Sunday morning. I woke up, I was like, we could just watch it on KO.
We did not pay to watch it on KO.
We paid to sit there in the rain for 7 hours.
Yes, we're there to watch it live, which is what eventually, after the hours, finally it hit 3 o'clock and the race.
And once the race started, the weather cleared up. So that was
not really. Remember, it like cleared up for a bit. It started drizzling, and then there was another pour.
Oh yeah, and then yeah, but it wasn't
drizzle.
as bad as it was.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as when we were waiting. Should we reflect on the actual race?
Let's just like I feel like that was like the smallest part of the whole weekend.
Like the actual race, I was amazing watching them. Like they were it was so cool. The fact that I had to just process, they're actually like, this is a race. They're fighting for the winner of this Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix of the season, and they're fighting for it. With Lando Norris on pole, we had our home hero Oscar Piastri.
What a race it was. It was...
Oh, the first guy, literally. So they have to do like a 1 lap around formation lap where they do the lap and then come to set in their positions to start. This guy who's a rookie, so this is his first race ever in Formula 1 in his career, spun out
He
during the formation lap.
Disqualified himself before the race started.
That's crazy. Oh no. No, my heart. Oh well, one less person. Poor thing, he got out on the formation lap. How do you get out on the formation lap? No! Has it ever had a yellow flag on the formation lap? Are you joking me?
World first.
Oh.
Means it's going to be a good race though.
A yellow flag on the formation lap is crazy.
Wait, so who's out? Who's out? We've got Behrman out.
He's not out, he's just starting from the grid. But I don't know now what this guy does, whether he's out or whether he doesn't start on the grid.
Well,
I don't know.
If they can fix the car, but if they can't, then I guess.
What do you even do in that case?
It was so sad.
On his first race of his career in Formula 1.
Yeah,
and it kept showing on the screen.
You could see as he got out of his car and walked down to wherever they, stay after they crashed out. He was just head in his hands. He was so upset. So,
like, I know, like, I would, like, if that was me, I'd feel terrible as well. But the cameras kept showing it, and my heart was just stop! That was so sad.
But we had lots of crash outs as well in the race.
Yeah, there were not lots of safety cars actually. A few safety cars. But we had lots of spin outs, obviously, because it's wet. We had Carlos Sainz spin out. Everyone hated that.
Sainz.
No! Carlos hit the wall. I will cry. Aww. That's sad. That's sad.
That's so
What
sad.
happened?
I'm guessing they can't come back from that, can they?
No, that's out. That's out. He's out.
We had a couple of rookies spin out as well because, it's wet.
Oscar, our home hero.
Our home hero who was second, who was so close to overtaking Norris as well for the lead.
Yeah.
And he spun out, and everyone, the reaction from the crowd.
You could feel it in the crowd.
And he's up there. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oscar! Oscar! No! Oh no, Oscar! No! Oh my God! No! Piastri! Yeah, get back on the track.
Like, yeah, it was crazy. But, I mean, what can you do?
That's the sport.
And
That's
while
the
our
game.
team, we started 7th and 8th. We finished, 8th and 10th, I think, or whatever.
Something like that.
Charles, get around him! What the frick are you doing? What? How did you let a V carb get out of you? A V carb! That's almost carbon drive driving. That's it. Carmen was about to drive and overtake me. Are you being for real right now?
Whoa, that was a bit.
Yes, go. Come on, Charles. Go. Charles, what do you mean that you dropped back? Bro, pressing the accelerator. I can do it for you. What do you mean you backed
Maybe
up
he's
from the car?
anticipating that they're going to take each other out.
Oh, come on, no.
Basically, we were like, it's hard to get over. Like, okay, during the first one, Charles overtook, what was it, the V-Carb and the Williams, which I said were ahead of him because that's an easy overtake. You can easily do that. He was up to like 5th, but there was just the McLarens just sped ahead. They had a gap that was massive. There was no cover. Like, I accepted no podium at that point. And then there was, what happened? There was, then they pitted. And then there was a safety car after the pit, which means when there's a safety car, they have to just drive around. They're not allowed to overtake, just slowly drive around.
So all like the gaps between everyone closes.
Safety car's about to end. We're underway. Leclerc is about a second behind Russell. If we can get within the second, he can use DRS and overtake him. And then we'll be like 4 seconds behind.
And we might be getting more rain.
That's fun. Not far. That's pretty close. That's very close. That is from Max as well. He says pretty close.
We're lap 41 out of 57, so not long to go now. Let's see if something exciting happens. I think if it starts raining, either people start crashing out or nothing happens. Or if we can keep this for another, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
We might be lucky.
Yeah, but also like after, it was like towards the end of like there were only a couple, like less than 10 laps left, and they were on a safety car and they just pitted. So when you pit, obviously other cars go past. So they're back at like, that's when they drop down to like 9th and 10th. And they can't overtake because it's a safety car for like quite a couple of laps.
No, Charles! What the hell happened to Charles? Oh, he just pitted. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're so scared.
And so we were basically stuck at the very end. Like,
And,
if that not happened, they could have been, because Oscar spun out, they could have at least gotten P4, P5.
Something like that.
And if you know all the like funny things with their radio messages and everything, it was just like
Basically what happened is Charles Leclerc was like, there's a leak. There must be a leak. There's water in my seat. And the engineer who's supposed to, look after him, make sure the car's running smoothly, goes, must be the water.
Must be the water. And then he's like, add that to the words of wisdom. Oh my God, it was so funny.
Anyways.
Classic Ferrari.
What
can you
big
do?
start to the F1 season.
Yeah. Interesting. It was like objectively an interesting race. Like
It was.
It was a wet race, so it's obviously going to be interesting to watch. Lando Norris ended up winning. We didn't even say who won.
Yeah,
Lando Norris ended up winning. Last lap.
Looks like Norris is going to win.
I'm okay with that.
Full Piastri. Here they come.
It's fine. It's an outcome.
Poopy. That was poopy. That was poopy.
We waited, 8 hours? 10 hours in the rain for that.
No, but we saw a race. Like,
That's true.
It was a good experience.
Yeah.
The last trauma before we wrap up, there's one more thing that happened on the way home from the race. We thought we've endured 7 hours of torrential rain, starting to clear up. We could see blue skies.
There was sun. There was sun coming through the clouds.
There was blue skies. We're like, surely we're out of the thick of it. And we're like, okay, we're just going to get the tram. We know where to get the tram.
I threw my poncho in the bin because it was all wet and it was like, I can't carry this and have my stuff. I had my rain jacket on still. Good choice.
Great choice. But yeah, as we were waiting for the tram, literally a monsoon hit.
it's a freaking monsoon.
We're stuck in a monsoon.
I don't know if it was a monsoon. I don't
This is everyone exiting the event as well. Not everyone, most people, because some people stayed for the podium,
but
some people stayed for the
everyone
track
was
walk.
exiting. We got caught in this, like, literally, those who know Cyclone Alfred that was supposed to hit Queensland actually hit us.
Came down
okay?
here.
It actually hit us.
Honestly, it was so it was like rainy, not as much rain though, but the wind. We were getting blown away. Like I was stumbling to walk, like we couldn't.
Oh my goodness. Do you see this horror?
We almost had such a nice exit out home. We almost had a nice exit at home.
But no. Instead we're stuck in whatever the frick this is. I don't even know if you can hear us. The hat that I was wearing blew over into
This one! My hat!
It blew over into a school. Akeisha had to jump the fence to get that.
It was a small fence. It wasn't like super illegal. It was like the small one. I had to like hoist myself up on this wet fence. I was like, oh my God, and go over and get it. And I'm like, nobody look at me, please. Everyone's just trying to make their own way. No, people who had umbrellas, they're doing nothing.
Anything. My poncho just flipped over itself. It was doing nothing.
It was doing nothing. I had to like turn my back. My bag got wet in the end.
Yeah.
It was doing so well staying dry.
All our hard work. And it was so cold. Like there's nothing worse than wind and rain.
Yeah. Terrible
was
combination when
freezing.
you're wet and cold and windy. And we had to get a tram.
Couple that with the poor Melbourne transport system.
Oh
We
my
were
God.
waiting for like, 20 minutes in these conditions
Because
for
this
the
tram said that it would go that way. And so we're waiting at the stop and it's not there. And there's a tram waiting there, but it's like on this one. But they've blocked off the end of it, so it can't go that way. So it's like, okay. But it was a packed tram.
It was.
No one can get on. This poor couple had a pram as well with like a little baby in there.
And they
like a
got
little
shoved to the
child.
back of the line.
And they were at the back. There's a line as well waiting for
Yeah.
the thing. And then finally, after that first tram left, they're like, okay, yeah, you guys can come on the tram. But we were at the end of that. We were waiting in there for, like 20 minutes.
It was horrible. But then we finally got on the tram, got home,
Dried off.
had a warm shower, warm
God.
bowl of pasta.
I hair dried my shoes to get the water out. They were dry by the next morning, which was good.
It was an experience, but looking back, it was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
It was
like,
bonding.
It was bonding, and it was like insane that we just watched like an F1
Yeah.
race, like live.
And I feel like the weather, even though like it was horrible, it
Yeah.
it made it more of an experience. Like I'm never gonna forget this ever.
No. I was like leaving the track. I was like, this is the last time
know,
I'm gonna
she was
like.
so emotional.
I was like, imagine like what this was before the monsoon as well, when it was kind of dry, and I had thoughts to think.
When you still had thoughts
When I still had thoughts to think.
before the wind blew them all away.
Oh my God! But yeah, that was
Yeah.
what an experience.
If you had to give one word of wisdom or piece of advice to someone going to the F1, what would it be?
For the Melbourne Grand Prix, pack everything in preparation for anything.
And walk everywhere. Uber everywhere. Don't get public
Do
transport.
it yourself.
No, I'd say just be prepared, do your research if you're going to the Grand Prix. And if you're in GA or even the people in the stands, they were not having a good time. They were still in the rain.
Still in the rain, yeah.
Just accept it's not as glamorous as everyone makes it look on the internet. It's not some rich person, fancy, wear your nicest fashion clothes or whatever.
Definitely not for this one.
No.
Maybe in Monaco you can get away with
Maybe.
it. Not here.
But it's an experience. It's almost like going to a festival or camping.
But it's fun.
But yeah, you got to embrace all
There's so
aspects
much
of
to
it
do
and
as
just
well.
know that it's going to turn out into a funny story, if not a fun experience, Now we look back on it and we'll watch this again and we'll laugh and hopefully you guys laugh at our turmoil and our...
One of the, we were always looking forward to it. One of the best things of the year.
Yeah, genuinely.
Probably
It was
will
a
be the
highlight.
best thing of the year.
One of the highlights of the year. And yeah, that's it. We yapped for a long time.
Yeah, guys. If you want to see more of our stories and
if you want to see this vlog but from the perspective of a paddock pass, subscribe, like the video.
I was going to plug our second channel.
I was going
For our
to say,
vlog.
if you want us to do this again.
Oh yeah, if you want more like glamour and aesthetic,
just subscribe so that we can go
get those
paddock.
classes.
No.
We'll show you the drivers real time.
Yeah.
I can see Charles this close.
And then she'll cry.
That close.
She'll cry even more.
I will. I'll be like streaming down.
No, but if you want to see more videos and like funny clips and stuff from when we were...
More behind the scenes and real time what happened.
Go check out our second channel, which is Carmen and Keisha. Great name, we know. If you have suggestions
so
for the name,
original.
let us know because we are open to changing it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We've got a vlog there.
We do.
Or we will. I don't know
We will.
what the timing of it will be.
And yeah, there will be a vlog out there shortly and you can go watch that. And thanks for watching this far, and have a good day.
And if you're coming to Melbourne, be prepared.
We've warned you.
Yeah,
We've watched you.
we've watched you.
This is DJ Cumin and MC Keith signing out. Good night.